Just imagine waking up one morning and finding out that the pharmacy or store your family has depended on for years is shutting down. Not because the business is slow, but because the company says crime and thief have become too much. This story is funny somehow. Now, this is exactly what is happening in Chicago right now. After Walgreens announced another store closure in a major black community, and the internet is deeply divided over who is to be blamed. Now, an elderly man in Chicago, William Hall, accused Walgreens of corporate abandonment and said that the company was abandoning black communities and elderly residents who rely on the pharmacy. Now, many residents are angry, very angry, because they say several Walgreens locations on Chicago's south and west side have already closed recently, creating what some people call a pharmacy desert. That is area where people struggle to access medicine nearby. Now, Walgreens has its own excuse. He says safety became the main issue. This company stated that theft and violence at the location made it difficult to protect workers and customers despite multiple efforts to keep the store open. Child. Now, don't get anywhere, stay with me. Let's find out who is to be blamed and who is right.
Walgreens should be charged with first-degree corporate abandonment.
Yes.
It should be a crime the way they're treating our elders.
Yes.
It should be a crime the way they're treating our families.
Welcome back. Walgreens is one of the biggest pharmacy chains in America, and for decades, many of its stores have served neighborhoods across Chicago, especially on the south and west side where many black families live. But now, another Walgreens store is preparing to shut down, and this time, the reaction from the community is intense. The store at the center of the controversy is located at the Chatham neighborhood on Chicago's south side. Now, for many residents there, Walgreens is not just a place to buy snacks or household items. It is where people pick up medication, buy emergency supplies, and access basic pharmacy services close to home. But this is not the first Walgreens closure in this community, like I said. Now, over the past few years, several Walgreens stores have already closed across parts of Chicago's south and west sides. And every time another location disappears, many residents say it leaves behind what people are calling a pharmacy desert. Areas where people, especially elderly residents, struggle to access medicine and healthcare nearby. Now, Walgreens says this Chatham location will also close soon. According to the company, the main reasons are repeated theft, crime, and safety concerns inside and around the store. Walgreens claims workers and customers have faced difficult conditions, and despite attempts to keep the business running, the environment became too challenging. The company says prescriptions from this location will be transferred to another Walgreens nearby, and temporary delivery services may also be offered to customers affected by the closure. But many people in the community are not accepting those explanations quietly. So some residents and local leaders believe Walgreens is abandoning neighborhoods that already struggle with poverty, and lack of investments. So, and that's why William Hall went ahead to accuse the company of corporate abandonment, then arguing that businesses continue leaving black communities while wealthier neighborhoods keep their stores and their services. So this is where the argument and debates begins. So So many people online are asking if theft and violence are truly that bad. So can Walgreens really be blamed for living? So others are also asking, what about the innocent people, who really depend on that store every single week, every single day? Yeah. So because at the center of all this are elderly residents. Yes. No, now for some senior citizens, that Walgreens may be the closest pharmacy that they can easily reach, because not everyone owns a car, not everyone can travel long distances. Some elderly people may now have to spend more money, more time just to get medication they once pick up in a few minutes from home. And I feel this is exactly why this story is going viral. Yeah. Because some people believe businesses cannot survive in areas where crime keeps increasing. Others believe companies should not walk away from communities during difficult times. Yeah. But maybe the biggest tragedy is this: the people suffering most may not even be Walgreens, and may not be the criminals, but ordinary residents who are simply trying to live their lives. Because when stores leave communities, jobs disappear, healthcare access becomes harder, and neighborhoods can begin feeling even more abandoned than before. Yeah. And now many people are asking a difficult question. Yeah. If businesses keep leaving struggling communities, who will be left behind in the end? I don't know. Let's answer that question in the comment below.